Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. Hello to my new people. Welcome back to my old. Today, this video will be about the essential tools you need as a beginner in sewing. Let's say you do like I did back in the day, and you just run out and buy yourself a sewing machine. And you're like, I want to sew. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to give you the things that you should go purchase, sewing machine included, and the essential tools you'll need to actually make a garment. So let's start with the sewing machine. When I went to Target, I got a little $70 sewing machine. I wasn't in the best financial, I didn't have a lot of money, basically. I didn't have a lot of money. So I went to Target, I got myself a little $70 sewing machine. I think it was on sale for like 30% off because it was $100. And that was a terrible decision. It wasn't the best sewing machine. It did its job, but it kind of gave out like quickly. So if you were going to run out and go get yourself a sewing machine right now, today, right now, my suggestion would be something that's going to last you, a more heavy-duty sewing machine, just in case, you get so advanced that you start to want to sew jeans or, a fur coat or something. You can't do it with like the little startup sewing machines. You got to do it with something a little better. So my happy medium for that is actually a Singer, and it is the Singer heavy-duty 4423 sewing machine, and it looks like this, like that. It has 23 stitches. It has pretty much everything a normal sewing machine would have, but you'll notice that this sewing machine is a lot heavier than just your regular startup Singer sewing machine, the one that I had before. It is a heavy-duty sewing machine, so you can sew jeans, you can sew fur coats, you can sew whatever you want on it. And it has all the stitches you'll need right here on this machine. So that would be my first tip. Go get a Singer heavy-duty sewing machine or something comparable, but I have had this sewing machine, I want to say, for like 3 years now, and I've had zero issues with it. No issues. It is great. It's awesome. So that would be my suggestion for a sewing machine. Up next is going to be scissors. Now, yes, you can go get yourself some rinky-dink scissors. That's fine, but they're going to wear out very quickly, especially if you're planning on practicing and stuff. Cutting all that fabric and all the other stuff that you're going to be cutting is going to wear your scissors down very quickly. So my suggestion would be to start with a great pair of scissors. Now these are, honestly, I can't pronounce it. I think it's Jinger, don't know. But these scissors are, I know you heard that, awesome. Get you some good scissors. I think these were, I want to say like between $21 and $24 on Amazon. That's where I got my scissors. Once I got these scissors, I didn't need any other scissors. These were the scissors, okay? Get you some of these. They also have them at Joann's Fabric, and if you can get yourself a coupon for like 40% off, obviously Joann's marks everything up ridiculously. So if you get yourself a coupon and you want to get it immediately, like today, and there's like a 40% off coupon or 50% off coupon, go to Joann's. They also have them. My next suggestion will be to get yourself a seam ripper. Please do it. You'll need it. So this is what a seam ripper looks like. It's like, what is it? What it does is, let's say you sew something together inside out, backwards, crooked, whatever, and you don't want to just scrap your whole project. This is a seam ripper. You can go through your thread that you've sewn together. So let's say you sewn 2 pieces of fabric. You'll put the seam ripper through and rip the seams. So I have a piece of fabric here. What you'll do, let's pretend this is a thread. You put it through the thread and rip it. Rip your seams, and then you can start over with your sleeve pattern, whatever it is that you just sewed on, inside out, backwards, upside down, whatever. You'll need a seam ripper. This is on Amazon. I think it's like $2.50 on Amazon. It's also at Joann's for $4. Again, if you have yourself a 40% off coupon, go ahead, use that bad boy, get you a seam ripper. Up next, rulers. You're going to need rulers. You're going to need many rulers. Lots and lots of rulers. I have so many rulers. I don't know why. I have a lot of them. But I settled on 3 of them. So, the first you'll need is a yardstick. So, you'll notice that when you order your fabrics online, if you ever decide to do that, you want to make sure they give you all of your fabric. So you want to measure your fabric to make sure that they have sent you, if you order 2 yards of fabric or 4 yards of fabric, that you get your 2 or 4 yards of fabric. There are so many times that I've received my online order and it's about a ½ a yard short and they think you're not going to measure it, but you do. Get yourself a yardstick. Helps, and it also helps to measure like pants or long things that you want to measure. Yardstick, that's where it's at. Up next, a regular ruler. Self-explanatory. You'll need a ruler if you want to make patterns or you want to draw straight lines. A regular ruler. You can get yourself a clear ruler, metal ruler, whatever. Get yourself a regular ruler. And last, but certainly not least, get yourself, I broke it, get yourself a hip curve, arm curve ruler. This is the Dritz styling design ruler. So you use this part for like your armholes, you use this part for your hips. It has like an actual ruler on here, so if you have this, you don't need this if you don't want to get it. And it's just an all-encompassing ruler. If you need to make pants, you need to make shirts, this is the ruler for you. I would say of all of it, this is probably your most important ruler. I use this the most next to my yardstick. And did I say yardstick? I'm so used to getting... Did y'all used to get hit by yardsticks in school? I did. Oh my god. Anyways, get yourself one of these. I think I got this off Amazon for maybe $15 or like $20. They're a little more expensive, but they also have them at Joann's. I think you could probably get a better bargain for this at Joann's. Again, you know, your 40% off coupon, go get you one of these. You won't regret it. My next thing is Tailor chalk. This box of Tailor chalk comes with like 4 different colors: white, blue, yellow, and like pinkish red. And it's really helpful for if you purchase yourself a pattern or something that you want to use to make your clothing, and you want to trace around it, but you want something that'll come off of your clothing when you're finished. Tailor chalk, that'll do it for you. You don't want to draw on your clothes with pencils and pens. You want to do it with something that is going to come off. Now, I've tried the chalk pens. Those dry out so fast. Don't even waste your money on that. I tried regular chalk. Trying to be cheap. Don't do it. Get yourself some Tailor chalk. Now, I got this off Amazon. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was like maybe $7. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 pieces of Tailor chalk. This will probably last me forever. So, like I said before, get yourself some Tailor chalk. Next, pins. I think you get like maybe 3 or 4 with your sewing machine. But I found that I go through a lot of them. I sew a bunch of different stuff, and I don't want to keep using the same color thread on everything. So I bought extra bobbin pins, bobbins. This is 12, okay? You get 12. I think I got this from Joann's. They had a sale or something like that. Like I got an extra 30% off my purchase or something. So I went ahead and got these. I think these were $8 to $10, I feel like. Go to Joann's. This is, I would say this is still a necessity because it sucks to have to take the thread off of a bobbin because you don't have another one. It is very inconvenient to take the thread off and re-thread it onto the regular thread spool that you get. It sucks. So just go ahead and get you some of that too. Up next, pins. Pins. Get yourself some pins. You're going to need them because you don't want your patterns moving around on your fabric. You don't want your fabric moving around when you're trying to cut it out. It's just all a recipe for disaster when you don't have pins. Get pins. I'm going to say this like 8 times. Get pins. I got these. This is like a combination of pins. I have so many pins. I got some from Joann's Fabric. I think they had a pack for like 10. It was like 300. These yellow ones you see, 300 pins for $10, I think. And then I also got some off of Amazon, which were way cheaper. It was the same pins. I think the same thing for $5 on Amazon. Get yourself a lot because I don't know how, but I lose these so fast. They're just going probably under my carpet somewhere. Like I drop them, I lose them, they just leave me. So get a lot and get some pins. This little cute, I mean, this is not a necessity. You can always hold your pins in the container they come in. It's not a big deal, but this would be cool to have too. This is not a necessity though. These pins are. This is not. The tomato is not. The pins are. Great. Up next, we have wonderful thread clippers. Now, these aren't necessarily a necessity, but they are very convenient to have. You kind of don't want to use these to cut your thread. You kind of want to stick to only cutting fabric with these. So my suggestion would be to get some thread cutters and put a little thing around it and put it around your neck because they're small and they're very easy to lose. And it just helps to have it just sitting right here, and then like you sew something and then you just cut the thread. Done. You don't have to like search around for stuff like, oh, where is it? Right there around your neck. Snip. Done. I think that you should. I believe these are, I think I got 4. I want to say 4 for $5 or $6 on Amazon, and they're amazing. Like I said, they're the most convenient thing you could buy. Up next, you have a measuring tape. I feel like this is self-explanatory, but if you want to measure yourself or you want to start making stuff for other people, you need a measuring tape. It's also very easy. Like if you're a lot of beginners start with circle skirts. Very easy to take the measuring tape and find what it is you need to measure and then just kind of like measure it out. Very easy to maneuver with this. It's very flexible. You can measure your body. You can measure a lot of things. Measuring tape is a must. It's a must. I know there are a lot of measurement instruments in sewing, but you kind of have to be exact with this type of thing. So a measuring tape is a necessity. These are cheap, cheap, cheap. You can get, I think they sell them for $1 somewhere. I can't remember where I got mine for $1, but I know they have them at Joann's for $2. You can get some on Amazon. They're very cheap. get yourself a bunch of them. For some reason, I lose these. They get buried under stuff. Don't know why. I like sit them down and they disappear. So get yourself a couple of them and make sure they're bright colored. Not a white one or a black one. Get yourself like a red or a blue or a pink. Something that'll stand out from other things so that you don't lose it. And then my last thing is either get yourself some patterns, or if you're ambitious like me, get yourself a pattern book. When beginning to sew clothes, it's great to be able to just cut something out and sew it up, but in reality, that's not how it works. So when I started sewing, I tried doing the patterns, and I quickly found out that these patterns don't fit me just like the clothes in the store. They just don't fit. So I started researching and how to make your own patterns, and then I came across this book. Somebody recommended it, and this is How to Make Sewing Patterns by Donald M. McCunn. I got this off of Amazon, and it tells you everything. It tells you how to make a bodice pattern. It tells you how to make a skirt pattern. It tells you how to make a shirt pattern, sleeve pattern, different shape sleeve patterns, how to adjust the darts in your bodices, how to add darts into your bodice. This has helped me tremendously. I started with no knowledge of how to make a pattern, and now I make my own patterns with ease because of this book. It teaches you how to measure yourself or how to measure other people. It teaches you how to, how much, the word is slipping my mind right now. Seam allowance. It shows you how much seam allowance you'll need if you're a beginner, intermediate, if you're using a serger or sewing machine. This book is thebomb.com. If you want to make your own sewing patterns, I would suggest you go for this book. In the beginning, it has a little sheet where you can keep track of your measurements, and then it shows you, it gives you the directions here on how to do it. And then look, this is how to make shorts, capri pants, pedal pushers, Bermuda shorts, bell bottoms. It just teaches you a lot. So I would suggest for you to get yourself either, if you are a pattern size body, meaning that your clothes from the store fit you very well, you can go get yourself some patterns. That's probably the easier route, and then learn how to adjust your patterns to your body. Or you can learn how to make your own patterns that will either fit you or the person that you're making clothes for. That route is a little bit harder, but I personally feel like it is more satisfying, because there's nothing like being able to have a pattern, cut something out real quick, make your clothes, and bam, you're done. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've made an outfit in like 3-4 hours because I already have my patterns for my body, because I followed the book and I made my own patterns. So I would suggest you go ahead and get you one of those too. Oh, one thing, if you're going to be making your patterns, my suggestion would be to either get some painter's paper, which you can find in Home Depot or Lowe's, which is that like brown paper they put on the floor. Is really sturdy paper. Get that. Or if you want something that will last a lot longer, get muslin. Muslin is like a, I want to say a cotton cloth or something like that, and people use it to drape patterns on like mannequins or make their own patterns, and it's a cloth. So once you cut your pattern out of this, all you have to do is, I have a bunch of patterns everywhere. So all you have to do, I fold them up and I put them in a little drawer. And if you want to make some pants, all you have to do is go in the drawer and find yourself some pant patterns, throw it on the fabric, cut the fabric out, sew it together, and you're done. Not that easy, but those are pretty much the steps. my suggestion, if you have the money, to get yourself some muslin. I believe I got 15 yards, which is 15 yards by 2 yards, so it's close to 2 yards wide, and it's 15 yards long. I think I paid about $70 for it, but I know that is going to last me for a few years. Previously, I bought some. I don't know where I got it from, but it was 25 yards for $60. I think they caught on to the hype and got rid of that. But I think the 15 yards by 60 inches will help tremendously. Like I said, $70 on Amazon. Find the cheapest version. Don't get cheesecloth, because that can be a little confusing. Get muslin, and I believe like Fabric Wholesale Direct or Amazon has it. Don't get it from Joann's, because like I said, they're just overpriced on everything. But find yourself some muslin. There are some optional things that I can recommend to you. Something that I noticed makes things so much easier for me when cutting out fabric is to get yourself a rotary cutter and a cutting mat. Now that can be a little bit more on the expensive side, because the cutting mat probably starts at like, I want to say like $30 for a small one. I have a larger one. I think it's like 4 feet by, or 3 feet by a yard. And that one costs me, I want to say like $60 or so. And then the rotary, they have big rotaries. It looks like a little pizza cutter. You could get one of those, and I think that runs like $10 to $15, and then you can get replacement blades and stuff for it. But that's why I didn't put that here, because that's a little bit more on the expensive side, and you don't need it if you have yourself a good pair of scissors. So, but if you want to take the easy route, or you want things to be as easy as possible, my suggestion would be to get a rotary cutter and a cutting mat. Let me think about anything else. That's really it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!